Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. Goodness, we're involved in another trial, and I looked at my watch to see how much time I had, and it was 1:59. Almost missed my 2 o'clock time again. So I hope everybody's doing good. We have recovered from our camping trip. I'm telling you, you just can't do it in one day. So the next time we go, we're going to stay more than one day for sure. So today I am going to, hey Joe, be working on with the Sentimental Park. I'm going to use the sentiments from here. And I'm also going to use the Sentimental Park dies. And I am going to use this frame and the piece that goes inside of it. All right. Now these cards are actually going to be focusing on designer series paper. I have so much designer series paper that is hanging around that has retired that I had to figure out something to do with it. So for the simple card, we are just going to put designer series paper on the front with a sentiment, and I am using, let me just check to make sure of my color here. Yes, Blackberry Bliss, and it is 11 by 4 1/4. My room is out of sorts today because I've been doing my July craft box subscription, and cutting the cardstock. Yeah, rather warm here too. That sun is brutal. So my room is in shambles, actually. It takes a beating when, I just wanted to trim that off. Takes a beating when I have to do my craft box. Oh my goodness, it's a mess. All right, so that's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And of course, I'm going to layer it up. Even though it's a simple card, I am going to layer it up with a 5 3/8, I believe. Nope, 5 1/4 by 4. And then my designer series paper that is retired, but was one of my favorites, is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And we are just going to layer these together. So if you do have designer series paper that is hanging around and you just don't know what to do with it, this is the best thing to do. Now I gotta find some glue. Just layer your front. That's why even with I try anyway, with our mystery card Monday, I try to use some designer series paper. Let's see if I can't get this started. Now it's coming out too much, right? There we go. Let's get some of this. All right. So we're just going to layer this up. We have about 1/8 of an inch. So as long as I get 3 sides even, they all should go on even. Hi, Karen. Yes, this paper is so pretty. This was one of my favorites when it came out. All right, and then we're just going to adhere this layer to the front of the card. Couldn't be easier, right? Then I punched the starburst from the Blackberry Bliss, and a 2-inch circle from Very Vanilla. And on this one, let's just do thanks. I'm gonna just grab my stamp. I was using the I even put it away, the Trucking Along stamp bundle. Oh, it's so cute. Cute, cute, cute. I know sometimes when you log in, it shows that it's available. Sometimes when you log in, it's not available. So it's like a hit and miss. There must be a glitch on the website, because I was seeing it not being available, and somebody ordered it from me right here. Actually, I'm not sure where they live. So I was pretty surprised because it was not available for me. All right, so I'm grabbing my Blackberry Bliss ink and a mat, and we are just going to stamp thanks in this circle. Grab our little starburst. We'll add some glue. And if you wanted to participate in the Mystery Card Monday, I did post, I know a lot of people were having trouble getting the file to download correctly. I did repost it just in a post. All right, I have the flowers. I'm going to actually use them to take up some of the space on this piece. So I'm just going to, if I can find a piece of scrap paper that is not used. There we go. I'm going to actually ink the flowers, stamp off, and then stamp on. And then once that dries, it won't be as dark in the background. And then we'll just pop this up onto the front of the card. So how's everybody doing today? All right. So I'm just going to put that right in the center. I am going to grab some gold 1/8 inch ribbon. It's trim. It's not really, it's a cross between twine and ribbon. Hi, Liara. Yeah, the glue, my glue. I should remember to put the lid on. I always forget. All right, so we just have if I can get it off my finger. I'm trying to, it's stuck. So I just tied a little gold bow. We'll trim the tails. I have to fetch my garbage. I have to put it up because of Sheba. She loves with the garbage and all the paper, all my paper scraps. So I'm just going to add the glue dot. I'm not really too thrilled about it. Didn't dry late enough, so I'm not really too thrilled with this, but we'll let it go for now. And then we have the inside of the card, 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have the very vanilla 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And let's utilize these flowers again. And this time I have ink on my fingers. We'll just put them right there in the corner. This is just such a dark ink. Let me see if I can't get my hands clean. I don't know what's been why lately. I have been getting ink all over me. All right, let's see how I get some of this off, because I'm going to need my fingers pretty clean when we do the next card. All right, so where this is not basic white, let's see if we see it through. I've never really tried. All right, not bad. And then we can just add some more glue and adhere it to the inside of the card. So how simple is that, right? Very simple. Now, let's just take it one step further. Let me grab my paper. We are again, oops, this over here, going to use the Blackberry Bliss 11 by 4 1/4, and again, it's scored at 5 1/2. Okay. This time, I'm going to put on a layer of gold foil, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And if you have something else you're creating, make sure you die cut the center of your foil. I did not. I probably should quick die cut something out, but I'm just going to leave it for now. And then I have, I think this is the right layer. Yep. A layer of the Blackberry Bliss. And this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Now, before we do anything with this, let's see, I should have checked to see where halfway mark is. All right, so we have 1 1/2, 1 1/2, and then we're stuck with 7/8. Should be just about there. And that is 1 15/16. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here. Okay, I'm going to do 1 in the middle so I can get my lines. So what I'm doing is marking this at the halfway mark. And I want that line to be pretty visible. All right, so there is the middle of this piece. No, pens. Hi, Margaret. All right, so, and why did I want to do that? Because I am going to adhere a piece of an adhesive sheet to this. And I want to be able to see through my sheet. Now you could, if you wanted, use some spray adhesive. Okay, this is just a spray adhesive. You want to cover the whole piece. but I figured I had some of this adhesive sheets, and we want to put this down so the line is on top of the adhesive sheet, and we want to make sure that we get this lined up onto that sheet. Okay, let's just make sure it's stuck pretty good. And now we want to peel it. This is always the fun part. Let's just see if, there we go. All right. I'm going to leave that right there so I can hold it for a few minutes. All right, so you can see that line through the center. And what I did was, I have so many scraps, little tiny pieces. And this one is, let's see, 3/4 of an inch. So I have one set that are 3/4 of an inch, and then the rest of the paper to this set I cut at 1/2 an inch. All right, now this paper has a gold side and a plain side. Of course, we love the gold embossed side, and that's what I'm going to use. And we are going to grab our paper, and we want to make sure and we are going to adhere these pieces to this sheet. And what we're going to do, whatever side, whoops, oh no, dang. Well, that ends that, doesn't it? So I'll have to use this. Let me see if I have another sheet of this. Butterfingers. I might have. Let's see, that was the owl. Dang. I probably don't have any more of that owl. Can you believe I did that? Butterfingers. I don't have any more of the pieces with the owl. So give me a second. I'm going to cut a half inch piece of something else. Or 3/4, I should say. I like that owl too. All right, so instead of using that, I cut another piece at 3/4. I can't believe I did that. And I'm just going to put some glue on there. And what you want to do is, if it is directional, whatever way is up, you want to use the bottom left-hand corner, and you're going to line it up at that line and adhere it down. Okay? Then you're going to take the same designer series paper and you're going to line it up at the end of this piece. That's not right. We want to get this so it is even. I think I messed it up. All right, hold on one second. I did. Let me just get a different piece. It's one of those days, ladies. One of those days. 3 7/8. 5 1/8. I'm going to use this one and some spray adhesive. So give me 1 second. Nothing like bungling it, right? So we had 1 15/16. We're not going to see this because we're going to cover it completely so I don't have to worry about the color. All right, so that's that. Let me just spray it quick. It's not spraying. So we should have a blooper reel. Oh my goodness, it's not spraying. Yep, definitely should have a blooper reel. I took the ink off and it's still not spraying. It must be really clogged. Huh, that's weird. All right, let's take 2. All right, so here we have our piece. So we're going to start with the 3/4 of an inch. Jiminy Christmas. And we want this to be even on both sides. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mark this down. Then this way, and I'm marking it at 1 inch. Then this way I know that once you lay that first piece, the rest of them will go on easy. Okay, but you want to get this left hand corner lined up on that line. So depending on where you want to start this, okay, we want to line this up, and I'm going to get it so it's lined up. There we go. All right, so we want this in a V, just like that, okay? So we want this piece and this piece to create a V down here. So I'm just going to hold this or mark it. Let's just give it a little mark. So I don't want to mess it up. So we're going to take this piece, and because I messed up that other one, we're just going to use adhesive. And I'm going to hold this in place, and we're going to put this piece on, and we want that point right there on that line. Okay, so now that we have that piece on, we can add our glue because we want the foundation piece to be straight. All right, and I should have my mat under here. So now that we have our first V on, we can now build up. Yes, thank you, Margaret, with different scraps. So let's take this scrap here, and I'm going to just add some glue, and we're going to butt it up right against that other piece of cardstock. designer series paper. And then we're going to take a matching piece and add some glue and then butt it up against this piece and up against this piece. And we want to cover, let me just get my mat, this mat under here. Let's use this one, and we're going to do the same thing. Add some glue, lay the piece down, grab the matching piece, here it is, and add some glue, and lay it down. Let's see, we use this one. This is the owl. Now, see, I can use the owl. Let's put those aside. We'll use this one here. So we're going to lay that down. Take its mate. And we're buttoning it up against again. All right. And let's use this. Let's use this side here. So I'll add a little bit of glue here. And we'll lay this down. Make sure it's you butt it up against everything. And then we'll add some glue. Now we have one little piece right there. So we'll actually take we're just going to cut a little piece and add some glue right in that corner. So we don't want to see that blue. All right, so now we want to finish up the bottom. So let's take this piece here and we are going to measure it off so we know how the length of it is. So we're going to put this piece here lined up with that line there. So when we put the next piece in, it will line up perfectly. Okay. So let's add some glue. Make sure I'm still on. Let's use this one. All right, let's use this one here, and we're going to do the same thing. We want to see how wide this piece is and just mark it so we know that when we put this piece on, it has to be at least this far down, okay? Because we want to keep all our pieces even, and so they fit in here perfectly, and you don't have your overlaps. I'm going to use these wide owl pieces. So I'm just going to, let's cut this in half because we're going to use it on the other side. So we're going to put this piece here. And we don't have to worry about lining anything up. We can just fill in the space. And this paper is directional, so I have to make sure that it is facing the right direction. And then we have our two ends here. And we'll end it off with these pieces here. Just gonna lift this up. And then so we have these two pieces here. So let's just add a bit of glue here. Add a bit of glue here. And we can actually cut this in half again. And we're going to adhere this to that corner. And then adhere one to this corner. All right, so now that we created our puzzle. Hi, Dawn. Well, I'm glad to know that, Margaret, because what a ding-dong I am. All right, let's just get rid of this paper so we don't make a mess. All right, so let's let this dry for a second. You can see how it's overhanging, okay? But that's our card. So we're going to let that dry for a minute. And I actually got glue. And I have my frame from the Sentimental Park. And I think I die cut some little flowers. There should be one more. And there is not. That's all right. So let's grab my pokey tool. I'm just discombobulated today, that's for sure. I think after this, my back is killing me today, so I think after this I'm gonna try to lay down. All right, so I have just one that I cut out, and I'm actually gonna just adhere it to one of these purple flowers here. And then I have a smaller one that we're just gonna add a bit of glue. And we'll add it to this one. And then I have another smaller one that I'm going to take the centers out. Hopefully this glue dries clear. We'll put it to let's add this one right about here. And we'll give that a second to dry. And we have our frame for our sentiment. This time, let's we'll do Thinking of You. So here is you. And is this it? Yep. And then we have Thinking Of, okay? So I am actually going to move that out of the way. Here's the Thinking Of, and here's the You. So let's see. We'll put the You down here so it's centered. The Thinking Of. Now, if you wanted to stamp the Thinking Of and the You in different colors, you would have to do them separately. Let's move that up. But where I'm going to do it all in the same color, let me just grab a larger block here. I am just going to add them to my block all at the same time. And we're going to use that Blackberry Bliss again to stamp our sentiment. So I'm just going to put it right in the center of that. Let's grab our frame again. Now this frame, these pieces on the side have little slits. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue to the center. And we're going to slide this up and under. And then we're going to slide it under here. And where it is I did add some glue, we get a chance to move it around just a little bit. All right, so let's grab some of our gold. Here it is, right in front of my face. And I'm going to put that on there. And on the little ones, I'm going to grab something a little smaller. Let's see. Let's see what I have that's smaller. All right, we'll use one of the in colors. These are a little smaller. And put them on the center of those flowers. All right, so there's our sentiment. We can get this out of the way. And I'm going to put something down because the thing got really sticky. All right, now I am going to pull in my trimmer. And we are going to, the best way to do it is close this up and line up the edge of this. I want to make sure that I do this right. Let's see. Yep, that's good. Just so we get at least one straight edge. Now, I had said this is 3 7/8. So now that we have a nice straight edge, we can put this up at 3 7/8 and trim all our pieces off. You're going to have to clean your trimmer afterwards because it's going to have some glue on it. But we're going to trim all these pieces. 3 7/8. So this is 5 1/8. So we can line that up at 5 1/8. Cut our pieces off. And then this one is 3 7/8. See how it sticks. I'm going to have to wash that off. All right. So now that we turn it over, here is the front of our card. All right. So let's pull in our pieces now. We can layer this down on our gold border. It was a rough go in the beginning, but look how beautiful it turned out. So we're going to lay this down. I'm just gonna trim a bit off. I'm gonna use my cutters because that one's all full of glue. 5 1/8. That was off just a bit. All right, we want that to be the top. So now we can add some glue onto that layer and add this to the front of the card. Let's grab our sentiment and we can pop it up. And you can decide where you want it. I think I'll put it right about here so we can see our handiwork. All right. And then we have our inside. Now, for the inside, I would, you know what I think I'll do? Let's utilize some of our paper that we have left over. This is about the largest piece. I will add some glue. I'm going to add it to this layer. And get that glued. Turn it over. And trim it off. And then we can add this to the center of our card. Let's use some seal. I have glue all over the place. Oh my word. Oops. Gonna stick down now. There we go. It's gonna be all crushed now. There we go. And then we can add some glue. Add this to the center of our card. And then we have a stepped up and a simple. All right. So we made it through. It was a little rough going, but we did it. So I hope you like these cards. I'll have the dimensions on my blog probably tomorrow. I have to try to get my back feeling better. Oh my goodness, it's killing me. And I will see you tomorrow for the mystery card. And just so you know, I did repost the clue because a lot of you were having trouble downloading the file. So I did post them again. All right. Thanks, Stu. I'll try. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I hope you like today's cards, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on my YouTube channel. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Margaret. Bye-bye.